All right, let's bang the gavel. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming. And welcome to tonight's planning committee, 11th of March. First item on the agenda is public participation. Do we have anybody on Zoom?
No.
Nobody's in the room that I can see. No. So we'll move on to item number 1, apologies for absence / substitutions.
So we might be taking a moment.
I think we're probably okay, are we, Chair?
I don't think there's much to worry about.
Oh, quite like the explanation thing. No, as soon as you press the thing, it doesn't work. I don't know why. But we'll stop the share, and then that way, at least
You can see us.
people can see the
I
connection.
would have done my hair.
Had mine cut special.
Item number 1 is apologies for absence substitutions. I know we've had apologies for Councillor Scott and Whitaker.
Do we think Mrs. Belsey's still away? If so,
I think Councillor Mrs. Belsey is also away on holiday still. And
We've got another one anyway.
Councillor Peacock.
Might be him. Maybe.
No. Retained.
Would like to sign in as an additional
Oh,
councillor.
yeah. There's a dress code there, Steve, to sign in.
So would you like to
You're
take
more than
the,
welcome.
do you want to know the apologies?
What do I need to do?
Do you want to know the apologies, or do you want to take the apologies?
I'll take the apologies.
In that case, then, if you would
I'll
propose,
propose.
public
Second.
Second that, Chair.
Yeah,
and that
we'll
will be.
take those all in favour of accepting.
So that's councillors Scott, Belsey and Whitaker.
Yes.
Lovely.
I'll just check my email because Councillor people have sent me. I don't know how they email me.
Actually, I've got an email, hang on. Hang on. Planning committee, yes, we have got one from councillor Peacock. He says he's feeling unwell and therefore unadvised will stay away. So shall we add in
Add
councillor
onto this,
Peacock
please.
as well?
Thank you very much. Item number 2 is to receive the minutes of the meeting held on the 19th of February. Can I have a second for that?
You can, Chair.
Does anybody have any comments on the minutes? No, all those in favour accepting?
That's all right. Delighted now I've got the minutes this evening.
Yeah, mad rush upstairs.
I know. Can't believe it. It's the first time in 14 years I went to fail to bring the minutes now. A lot of money I haven't got money.
Yeah. It's only a glass of wine, right?
During the week. Especially not during a planning meeting.
I wasn't referring to now, obviously.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Item number 3 is to receive members' declarations of interest. Anybody have any declarations?
Oh, I may have.
Councillor
I
Gibbs.
might have. It seems worth a go. I'm currently employed by the Queen Victoria Hospital Trust, who are on the same site as the McKindo Centre, who have an application on the agenda, so it seems worth mentioning.
Okay, thank you. I wouldn't worry too much about that because we're not going to discuss it anyway.
You're employed by somebody who has
Who operate on
another
the same
tenant
site.
on the same site. I don't think that you would have any interest whatsoever, as I'm sure you've got a vague interest, on the basis of the fact that it's not your employer, and therefore there is not likely to be any undue influence or pressure on you to vote in a particular way.
That's
So
right.
I don't think you need to declare that one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a good thought. Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. Is what I always say. Thank you very much. Chairman's announcements. Item number 4. No. I'd like to announce. We have no announcements. Item number 5 is to do with the appeal at 42 Escotts Drive, which, if you remember, is the additional dwelling that they're building on in their garden. It's gone to appeal because Mid Sussex refused the application. Our comments were on the 6th of July. It's a compact area, but there was a similar development further along the road. It was noted this will be larger than the existing approved extension, while it's a close space. They would support the application providing there was no light or amenity detriment to number 40. And we also wish to see an environmental report regarding bats carried out as well. So that's in due process at the moment. So just for noting, please.
Noted.
Thank you. I never know whether you're supposed to say noted or not. Are we?
What do you do with appeals? If, just to remind committee, and maybe I haven't done this for a little while with you, is it's to let you know that an appeal has been lodged. If, as a council, you wish to make a representation to the planning inspectorate on behalf of that appeal, then this is your opportunity to agree to do so. So you would normally instruct the clerk to do an appeal. Now, our appeal would normally be based upon our comments. We put the comments in so you know whether you were for or against the application. You, in this case, were okay with it providing certain things happened, and whereas the district have outright said no. So I would suggest probably you don't want to make an appeal submission at this time, but if you did, then this is your opportunity to do so. That's why they're there.
Right.
You can note them if you were okay with it,
Yeah.
but if you were against it and you wish to make a submission, that's what you need to make a decision on.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, thank you very much. So we've noted that. Just going to skip to item number 7, which is protected tree applications. There are 3 applications on that this week's meeting.
Tandridge District.
I'm going to come back to it. Yeah, I'm just going to skip to number 7 and I'll come back to it. So there's not much on there. What's there?
Yeah.
Tree resident tree expert.
I'd love to go to the tree officer.
So we'll put it on block to the tree officer. Can I have a second for that? Thank you, Vice Chair, and all those in favour of sending it to. Thank you very much. Right. Tandridge local plan, item number 6. The council has been informed that the inspector has sent his final report to the council on the examination of the Tandridge local plan. It's called Our Local Plan 2033, in which he concludes that the local plan is unsound and thus incapable of being adopted. Going to have a quick chat about this really, just to give a bit of background. I'm not sure if everyone knows about it. The Tandridge local plan has been found unsound by the planning inspector 6 years after the strategy was submitted for examination, and despite the authority having spent more than £3.5 million in its preparation. The plan included a proposal for a 4,000 home garden community at South Coldstone, if everyone remembers that, which was intended to deliver 1,400 homes during the plan period and 2,600 to follow. The inspector identified one of the main issues upon which the soundness of the local plan depended, and whether it was based on adequate and up-to-date and relevant evidence about the economic and social environmental characteristics and prospects of the area, and that the housing land supply data up to the year end 2018-19 was, he said he was going to basically should have expected it for the year 2022-2023, given that they're 3/4 of the way through the year of 23-24. So they didn't really do a very good job, unfortunately. And the reason I'm wanting to mention it is because there could be people that were a bit nervous about housing supply then being chucked down the road to little old East Grinstead, which of course is a very valid thought. And Mid Sussex have responded to that by saying that the Tandridge is not in the same housing market area as Mid Sussex. We're in the northern West Sussex housing market area, which includes Crawley and Horsham, and that this remains the priority should the council be able to contribute towards unmet need. So there are also links to the coastal West Sussex housing market area to the south of the district, which would be a second priority. This is evidence-based and is set out clearly within the draft district plan, which is chapter 2. Given that position, it would not be reasonable to expect Mid Sussex to meet Tandridge's unmet housing need. So that might just go on record, really. Would anybody have any further comments?
I think for me, it's just disappointing. I think if you read, and I have read the whole thing, that I think it was opportunities for them they were told to withdraw it or recommended to withdraw it, and they decided to continue to proceed, which I think was, having been told that, you should probably listen to the advice. I think point one, from our standpoint, I'm just disappointed because it would probably have raised, again, the junction at Felbridge up the priority list, because obviously, if they're going to try and put 4,000 houses in South Godstone, you're either going north on the A22 or you're generally going south or A25 west or east. So, you know, the additional traffic coming south, they probably would have given more weight to that. So I think, yeah, just listen, Bristol, to sort of, if you're told feedback, you probably should listen to it. And yeah, just slightly disappointing that obviously that may not lead to an imminent look at the Felbridge junction from their standpoint.
No, I think the other thing as well, there's two things. A, Mid Sussex have done a pretty good job actually with their housing allocations and getting on point with their district plans and the revision of it. So obviously we're grateful for the team there, the officers that are doing the work there. And also they have commented as well with regards to the A22, A264 junction, that there's still all Tandridge, Mid Sussex, West Sussex and Surrey county councils are also very committed to completing the joint corridor study as well, which is led by Surrey County Council as well. So they're still collaboratively working, but it's probably not as high up the agenda as we wanted it, really, unfortunately, to your point. Yeah.
Just on that, do we know if they've appointed a replacement Surrey traffic highways
No,
officer?
I don't know that. I saw your question the other day, and no, I don't know the answer to that one. Not yet.
No. Anybody else got any thoughts, comments to make?
Okay, I covered it perfectly.
Okay, next meeting is the 3rd of April, so Wednesday. And I look forward to seeing everybody there. So I'll call town clerk at 7:13.